I rarely take out that photo, but that day was a special day. That picture was of me when I was found near the entrance to the orphanage. It's my only reminder of my parents. When I was a child, I resolved to find them at all costs. That's why I went to the police academy, became a police officer, and am now a private detective. As hard as I worked to find them, all my efforts were in vain until that day. That one letter, which arrived without a return address, changed everything. If you want to find your parents, travel to Route 66. Signed, a well-wisher. Mom, Dad, I'll find you, and we'll never be apart again. I left my hometown and hit the road. I felt as though I was drawing closer to my true home, the home I lost as a child with each passing mile. Then something happened I didn't expect. The impossible became possible. A tornado appeared out of nowhere. It seemed to be following me and kept getting closer until it swallowed my car. When I came to my senses, I couldn't believe my eyes. The tornado hadn't hurt me or damaged my car. Then I looked at my surroundings and was truly surprised. I clearly wasn't in Kansas anymore. I have a feeling I'm not in Kansas anymore. That's right, you're in the Magic Kingdom. Welcome. The Magic Kingdom? If you're serious, I'm going to have a few questions to ask, starting with whether or not you know the people on that billboard. Of course, that's His Majesty the King and his Queen. If you'd like me to show you the way to the palace, we can sightsee along the way. Astonishing! Let's go! I can't believe it! Does this mean everything is true? The tornado brought me to the Magic Kingdom, the King and Queen are my parents, and I'm a princess? It's all too strange. We need to go to the castle and learn the truth. Diary entry. Welcome to our kingdom. The tornado brought me to a strange kingdom. Here, cakes magically appear on tree stumps and money lies on the ground. But the strangest thing is that my father and mother are the king and queen. If they've always been here, why didn't they get me sooner? Fifer Pig. Profession, farmer. Interests, loves to roll around in the hayloft and is a hearty eater. The laziest of the three brothers, Fifer Pig, decided to live in his older brother's house and build his farm around it. The carefree country life made this little pig soft, which is bad for punctuality, but he doesn't suffer from that. Only those unlucky enough to order hay from him do. A giant pig dressed as a farmer? I can't believe my eyes. I guess I'll have to get used to seeing strange things while I'm here. Oink, oink. I have a letter from the king for you, princess. My father sent me a letter? So he knows I'm here. Let me see. Well, someone stole the letter from me and then tore it to pieces. Why would someone do that? We'll have to put the letter back together again so we know what's going on. Diary entry. Lost letter. The king sent a letter to you, but a stranger stole it and tore it to pieces. We have to restore the letter. Restored letter. The letter is damaged, but you can still make out some of the words. Dear daughter, we're sorry. We have always loved you, but had to hide you. It's too early to. We are not ready yet. Keep you away. Danger. Tom Sawyer. Profession, businessman. Interests, doesn't like to work, prefers traveling. Tom Sawyer has always been self-motivated and energetic. So after he grew up, he didn't go to college, but instead bought an old trailer and converted it into a mobile store. At first, he was going to sell medicine for mental breakdowns, but he soon decided refreshing drinks would sell better, and he was right. Let me guess, you're Tom and you have a problem. How did you know? Your lack of self-control is written all over your face. What happened? The king built soda towers to produce a magic libation that was supposed to bring joy to the people of our kingdom. But the mafia seized control of them. We miss our fizzy drinks. Why did the king let this happen? This fairy tale world comes with a shady past. Still, it looks like I have to free the towers and return them to the king. Diary entry: Magic soda. Oddly enough, soda is magical in this kingdom. One sip of the invigorating drink restores your strength and gives you magic power. I'm sure it has many other benefits. The Beast. Profession: driver. Interests: loves to repair any kind of equipment. The Beast never talks about who cursed him or why. Rumors suggest he had a large estate in the country, although currently he rents a small apartment in town and works as a driver. His only possessions are an old tractor and the head on his shoulders, a head that's adorned with horns. Good afternoon. I'm sorry for blocking the road, but I have a flat tire. Do you happen to have a 74-inch spare tire? Oh my God! Look at this beast! Where's my pepper spray when I need it? It's the same thing every time I meet someone new. Please calm down, miss. And don't judge a beast by its antlers. Chances are it's not his choice to bear them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a newcomer to your kingdom, and creatures like you still startle me. Think nothing of it. Like I said, I need a tire for my tractor. Otherwise, I can't clear the road for you. There might be a tire at the gas station. Diary entry: broken down tractor. Excuse me, do you happen to have a 74-inch tire? The tractor is fixed. Thank you for your help. I can clear the road for you now. Fairy. Profession: court magician. Interests: loves to make cactus jam. The fairy godmother once tried her hand at selling pumpkin carriages, but this business failed because customers came back for their money after midnight. Currently, she works in the royal court as a magician. She also disperses clouds and keeps everything clean. No royal decision is made without fairy godmother's sage advice. She once tried to dispel the curse on the princess, but her efforts were in vain. Look who's here! It's our little princess. We weren't expecting you to arrive until next week, but this is wonderful. Wedding preparations are in full swing. You knew I was coming? And whose wedding? Of course I knew, sweetie. And it's your wedding. The king and queen have found a wonderful husband for you. When Prince Charming kisses you, the wicked spell will be broken. Whoa, slow down. If my parents were here all along, why haven't they contacted me before now? Also, why would they marry me off without my consent? And what kind of spell are you talking about? More to the point, where are they? I haven't seen them today, but you can ask Humpty Dumpty. He's in charge of the banquet. Humpty Dumpty. Profession: chief cook. Interests: loves French cuisine but doesn't like to make fried eggs. Humpty Dumpty studied his craft at the best catering schools. His love of cooking often put him in mortal danger. For example, he's been mistaken for an unscrambled egg 5 times. Regardless, he was able to rise to the position of chief cook. He dreams of owning a fast food chain. Bonjour, madame. I'm preparing a wedding banquet. Croissants with truffles and sparkling soda. Everything will be bellissimo. Take your time. I'm not getting married yet. Just tell me where the king and queen are. Sa Majesté go on holiday. They were so tired of wedding preparations, they said au revoir and went on a long cruise. What nonsense! Why would my parents arrange for me to get married and then leave just before the wedding? We need to inspect the castle. Perhaps we'll find clues that explain what's really happening. Diary entry: an unexpected wedding. Not only did my parents abandon me, they were going to marry me off without asking my opinion. They'll have to explain their behavior to me once I find them. But where are they? They're probably hiding in the palace. Pinocchio. Profession, accountant. Interests, loves pencils and paper. They're like family. When Pinocchio was a child, he dreamed of becoming a real boy. In the end, he studied accounting because of his fear of living in poverty. Pinocchio is now the best accountant in the Magic Kingdom. But when it's raining outside, or the fading rays of the day's sun play on his desk, Pinocchio mourns the time he lost. Good afternoon. My name is Pinocchio. I'm the king's accountant. Good afternoon, Pinocchio. Have you seen the king and queen? Unfortunately, no. I came here this morning to pick up the latest royal decrees and found the door locked. The decrees are kept in a cabinet near the door. There was a note saying the king and his wife have left on vacation, with no return date specified. Weird. Have they left out of the blue before? Not since the curse made the king hide you in the human world. Let's inspect the royal chambers. Maybe we'll find clues there. Diary entry: meeting the parents. We have to inspect the parents' house. Maybe we'll find out where they are and what's going on. This is a kidnapping. My parents have been kidnapped. The rug is missing from the crime scene, and a bottle of furniture restorer was found there. It looks like a magic carpet kidnapped my parents. But who could have turned a regular rug into a flying one? And where are my parents? The Magic Kingdom hides many mysteries. My parents were kidnapped in a very elaborate way before my very eyes. The kidnapper turned an ordinary rug into an instrument of crime with the help of furniture restorer. Controlled by pure evil, the magic carpet seized my parents. It then flew through their bedroom window and disappeared to an undisclosed location. But who brought the carpet to life? And why would someone kidnap my parents? Suddenly, my reflections were interrupted. What I saw filled me with memories of my childhood. A small photograph on the bedroom wall. I recognized it. The photo is identical to the one I keep from my childhood. My parents. I'll find you. Everything happened a long time ago. The fairy started her story. A terrible witch lived in the Magic Kingdom in those days. She kidnapped children and hid them in her gingerbread house. The king and queen drove her out of the kingdom, but the enraged witch imposed a terrible curse on their daughter. She shall prick herself with a spindle and fall asleep forever. the witch intoned. Your parents replaced every spindle in the kingdom with a modern sewing machine and hid you in the real world. My parents were planning a wedding for me because only a kiss of love can destroy the curse. But I won't marry. I don't believe in fairy tales. I know only one thing. I might have lost my parents again, but I won't stop until I find them. Scarecrow. Profession, banker. Interests, loves to count money, collect money, and keep money. Ever since Oz stuffed Scarecrow's head with money, Scarecrow hasn't been able to think about anything but cash. He launched his first bank using withdrawals he made from his head. Although he lost a lot of weight, the investment paid off handsomely. And now Scarecrow looks more and more like a money bag with each passing year. You're the princess, right? In this case, my claim is addressed to you as the representative of the governing authority of this land. I don't have time for this right now. Maybe later. Later? Do you know who you're talking to? I'll bring this case before the International Inhuman Rights Court. The kingdom goes to the dogs, and a business owner can't even get a sip of fresh soda. Okay, I'll bring you a soda. There's no need to take this matter to court. What a mess. One day, I will become president and restore the past glory of this kingdom. Diary entry. Money bag. Scarecrow has changed, and not for the better. Despite his lack of brain, he was able to amass great wealth. He trades on the stock exchange and conducts webinars on how to become rich. But money was clearly detrimental to his character. Pinocchio, you were the last person to visit the palace before the kidnapping. I don't know anything. Oh, my nose! Don't lie to me. I can see right through you. Or rather, I can see your nose growing. Okay, I don't know anything for sure. But I do believe the mafia has kidnapped the royal couple. The latest royal decree suggests as much. Show it to me. I can't. Someone stole the accounting archives. Our only hope is that they dropped a few scrolls as they were leaving. Let's look. Here's the document, the king's decree granting all soda rights and interests in the kingdom to Humpty Dumpty. The agreement smells of croissants and is signed from Paris with love instead of the royal signature. My wooden head tells me Humpty Dumpty himself forged the decree. It looks that way. So Humpty Dumpty is involved in the kidnapping of my parents. We need to give him a good old-fashioned grilling. Diary entry. Stolen documents. The Royal Accounting Archives have been stolen by an unknown thief who dropped a few of the documents. We need to find and study them. The document. This decree gives Humpty Dumpty full control over soda production in the kingdom. That's very suspicious. We should question Humpty Dumpty. According to Pinocchio, this is Humpty Dumpty's house. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He won't be able to tell you anything. He isn't home. The beast? What are you doing here? And where's Humpty Dumpty? That's what I'd like to know. He owes me money for some work I did for him. I'll be out of house and home if he doesn't pay up. Humpty Dumpty is facing some grave accusations. If you help me search his house, I'll help you with the money you need. What do you say? I don't need your crumbs. I'll help you for free. Humpty Dumpty has escaped. We need to organize a pursuit party before he rolls out of the kingdom. He couldn't have gotten far. His legs are too short to run fast. but it seems I won't ever see the money he owes me. Diary entry, house search. Humpty Dumpty has barricaded his house like an eggshell. This is going to be a hard egg to crack, but we'll do it. I'm sure we'll find important evidence in the house. Humpty Dumpty is the kidnapper. A letter was found in Humpty Dumpty's study. Someone ordered him to kidnap the king and queen. The means of the crime, a magic carpet, was also found there. There's no doubt Humpty Dumpty kidnapped the royal couple. We have to catch him and find out where the king and queen are. I'm glad you're here, Oink. You have to help me. Otherwise, Scarecrow will turn me into pork chops. What happened? Scarecrow decided to take up boxing. Before he started, he ordered me to make him a pair of straw boxing gloves. But I can't keep up with his demands, and I'm afraid of becoming his first punching bag. I can't let my sweet piglet suffer. But debts must be paid on time. I'll help you. I'm glad my companion has a guardian, but I'd like to remind you that I'd like to receive what I ordered today. Diary entry, a business investment. Even before Oz gave me brains made of money, I wanted to have huge fists so nobody would dare to call me brainless. Now I can use them for business. Boxing gloves. With fists like that, you can make big money. My handshake will be as feared as the plague. Tom, have you seen Humpty Dumpty? He's been accused of committing a crime and must be taken into custody. Ah, that's why he became angry when I saw him. He even damaged my soda van. If you repair my van, I'll tell you which way he went. I hope that won't take long. Don't worry, that egghead won't get far. Thank you for your help. Have a bottle of soda on me. You'd better tell me which way Humpty Dumpty ran. Humpty is hiding in the Grey Wolf's warehouses. Diary entry, following Humpty Dumpty. Tom Sawyer saw Humpty Dumpty running in the direction of Wolf and Red's warehouses. I'm sure his cronies are waiting for him there. This is a great chance to catch him, as well as those who ordered him to kidnap my parents. Practical pig. Profession, builder. Interests, loves to build houses out of French fries. Practical pig's construction skills are highly sought after across the Magic Kingdom. The big gray wolf hired him to build his warehouses, and the king employed him in the construction of the highway. Practical Pig, together with his brothers, also opened a DIY store. Good afternoon, Oink. This is Mr. Wolf's warehouse. What do you want? To the best of my knowledge, Humpty Dumpty, the culprit behind the kidnapping of the king and queen, is hiding here. I swear by my dinner that I haven't seen anyone. I'll let you in anyway. The authority of the law is above anything else. Oh no! Humpty Dumpty's broken. Diary entry. Humpty Dumpty is broken. We're too late. Humpty Dumpty hid in Wolf and Red's warehouse. Then someone broke the egghead before we found him. Who needed to get rid of him? It looks like the culprit is covering up his tracks. I pursued Humpty Dumpty from his home to the old warehouse, where he tried to hide from justice. I was sure I had caught him. How silly of me. Broken into many pieces, Humpty Dumpty lie in the back room of the warehouse. Along with Humpty Dumpty, I lost the last thread that could lead me to my parents. They cut me off at the pass again. Someone does not want me to find my parents. Doc Frankenstein. Profession, doctor. Interests, loves to develop new methods of treatment, sewing, and cross-stitch. Dr. Frankenstein's medical center is well known throughout the Magic Kingdom. No patient has come out of it ill, although some have attempted to do so. It can't be said that Frankenstein is a good doctor, but the very idea that they will be treated with diligence and care has a positive effect on the health and well-being of the citizens of the kingdom. I'm Dr. Frankenstein. I can cure anyone, even if he's healthy. Where's the injured one? The killer broke Humpty Dumpty to pieces, but we don't have all the king's horses and all the king's men to put him back together again. That's no big deal. We just have to find the biggest pieces, and he'll live again. Ha ha ha. Okay. I'll go look for the pieces while you prepare your tools. Humpty Dumpty is missing one important piece. I guess the criminal took off with this piece, so Humpty Dumpty couldn't rat on him. Diary entry, finding the pieces. I have lots of experience stitching patients together. I'd even say it's my favorite thing to do. I got so carried away once, I stitched the scissors to the patient's hands. He's the best hairdresser in the kingdom now. One piece is missing. We don't have all the pieces of Humpty Dumpty. I have significant experience stitching people together, but eggs aren't a part of my specialty. Without the last piece, I can't fix him. The killer must have taken it with him. We've come to a dead end. We couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again, and we don't know who broke him. Still, we have learned something. Humpty Dumpty was trying to hide inside Wolf and Red Company's warehouse. The Big Grey Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood own the company. They're very naughty children. I wouldn't be surprised if they kidnapped the king and queen. I should question them. Where can I find them? Their office is downtown. It's not far from here. By the way, Prince Charming lives there. Your parents wanted you to marry him. No more matchmaking for me, even if it involves a prince. Saving my parents is my priority, as well as solving this murky crime. I'm sure Prince Charming will be happy to help you find your parents. You'll find the way to the town past this broken-down bridge. Diary entry, the road to the city. We've come to a dead end. We failed at putting Humpty Dumpty together, and we don't know who broke him. But we do know something. Humpty Dumpty tried to hide in Wolf and Red's warehouse. The Grey Wolf, the company's manager, lives in the city. We should question him. Prince Charming. Profession? Prince. Interests? Loves to sign autographs and look in the mirror. Prince Charming doesn't rule the kingdom. He's the prince of the dance floor. Music is in his blood and his heart throbs with a disco beat. That and his good looks have made him a teen idol and the most famous persona in the Magic Kingdom. He even received the Royal Weekly Award for the most charming smile. Welcome to Kashigo, baby. I flew to you on the wings of love as soon as I found out you were here, in our kingdom. I'm ready to marry you this very minute. You must be joking. I don't even know you. I came here to find my parents. If you want to help me, show me where the Grey Wolf's office is. I really want to help you, baby, but don't rush me. I must have something to eat before we go. Okay, I'm actually hungry too, but let's make it quick. Great, I'll have a hamburger, an order of French fries, and a Diet Coke. Diary entry, a snack. I'd like a hamburger, French fries, and a Diet Coke. lickety-split. Combo. Wonderful. I've had a snack so we can go. I'll show you the way to the Grey Wolf's office. Mr. Toad. Profession? Millionaire, collector, and philanthropist. Interests? Loves to collect cars and launch startups. Mr. Toad is one of the richest citizens in the Magic Kingdom. He's crazy about cars and other vehicles, even though he doesn't know a thing about them. As a youth, Mr. Toad was arrested for car theft, but made a daring jailbreak dressed in female attire. Now he's busy with the development of transportation lines in the kingdom, including subway and air. My first visitors. I'm delighted you're here. My subway is very popular. Actually, we're just passing through. We're on our way to the Grey Wolf's office. You're twice as lucky then. The Grey Wolf's office is across town. It's rush hour, you know, and traffic is crawling, but my high-tech subway can take you there in an instant. You're good at advertising your services. 2 tickets, please. I have a special offer for you. I'll give you the tickets for free if you chase away those rowdy monkeys. They're making a mess of my precious subway. That shouldn't be hard. You have a deal. Diary entry. Grotto Toad. Mr. Toad, a well-known millionaire, collector, and philanthropist. He opened the kingdom's first subway. We're going to use it to hurry to the office of Wolf and Red. First, we need to chase off the gangsters. Little Red Riding Hood. Profession? Singer. Interests? Loves jazz and swinging parties. Knows how to make pies, but bakes only for special occasions. When Little Red Riding Hood graduated from college, she left her backwater town to conquer the big city. She dreamed of becoming a famous movie actress and strutting her stuff on the Walk of Fame. But a couple of years in the School of Hard Knocks taught her that flying high doesn't come easy. Thankfully, Little Red Riding Hood didn't lose her heart. She still believes in her dreams as she works as a singer in a jazz club. She even has fans. The Big Grey Wolf doesn't miss a show. Good afternoon. Is this the Grey Wolf's office? We have a few questions to ask him. Mr. Wolf can't see you right now. He's very busy, but you can apply for an appointment. Are you kidding me? What does that involve? Not much. Just complete 3 forms, make a photocopy of each one, and then stamp them. It's as easy as pie. What sort of bureaucracy is this? I want to see the Grey Wolf now, and I'm not filing any papers to do it. What did you expect? Mr. Wolf is an important figure. He doesn't want to waste his precious time. If your matter is important, you'll fill out the papers. The Big Grey Wolf. Profession? Businessman. Interests? Doesn't like idle talk. A former criminal, the Big Grey Wolf once swallowed grandmothers and destroyed homes for a living. But he had a change of heart and for many years was engaged only in legal activities, if his tax return is to be trusted. By hiring the 3 little pigs, the Big Grey Wolf has built rental properties all over the Magic Kingdom. Grey Wolf, a crime was committed in your warehouse. What do you have to say for yourself? Why are you distracting me from my work for such a trifle? I lease out dozens of warehouses all over the kingdom, and I'm not the least bit interested in what my clients store or what they do. Then tell me who's renting this warehouse. I'm not going to violate the confidentiality of my clients. If a crime was committed here, let the police investigate it. The meeting is over. Diary entry. Red tape. The forms must be filled out correctly if you want the key to Mr. Wolf's office. Just grab 3 forms in our office. Next, make a photocopy of each one using a printer. Don't forget to stamp each copy too. Get the key. That wasn't as difficult as it sounded. Here's the key. Now you can enter Mr. Wolf's office and be entitled to some of his precious time. Grey Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood did not want to help with the investigation. Prince Charming is neither useful nor decorative. I drove him away, but help appeared out of thin air again. A mysterious letter was waiting for me at the car. I have valuable information. Come alone to the old motor car parking lot. A well-wisher. Perhaps I'll have another chance to find my parents. I just wonder if I can trust this well-wisher. Someone handed me a note. It seems a well-wisher wants to meet me and give me important information. I guess we should see what he has to say. So, was it you who wanted to meet me? Yes, I have information that will help you find your parents. Your voice sounds familiar. What's that on your shoulder? A wooden chip? Are you Pinocchio by chance? No, of course not. Oh no, my nose! What's the point of this masquerade, Pinocchio? Out with it! Why are you hiding? I'm afraid for my life. The mafia has ears everywhere. I wanted to tell you the beast might be involved in the kidnapping of the royal couple. He worked for Humpty Dumpty. That's a plausible idea. The last time I met the beast, he was at Humpty Dumpty's house. I need to have a frank talk with him. Diary entry. Mysterious well-wisher. Our meeting with the Grey Wolf didn't yield any clues, and were it not for a mysterious well-wisher, the investigation would have reached a dead end. Now we have a new clue. The beast worked for Humpty Dumpty. We must find and question him. You mentioned working for Humpty Dumpty. What did you do for him? Delivered goods. The last time I worked for him, I delivered 2 big boxes to one of the warehouses in town. 2 boxes? My parents were probably inside of them, you scoundrel. You're an accomplice to the crime. Even if that's true, I swear I didn't know it. I'd never do anything wrong. If you like, I can take you to the warehouse. Fine, but you're under suspicion. I'll be keeping an eye on you. I knew I shouldn't have done anything for Humpty Dumpty. The only thing that can come out of working for him is trouble. Let's go, Princess. The warehouse is nearby. Diary entry. Shaggy suspect. The beast worked for Humpty Dumpty and was probably involved in the kidnapping of my parents. He won't admit to his guilt and is even willing to help with the investigation. Let's see if he can prove his innocence. This is the warehouse. I hope you have a search warrant. I always do. But why am I feeling like gangsters are guarding this place? Have you lured me into a trap? I might look like a beast, but that doesn't mean I'm ugly on the inside too. Others sling mud at me all the time, but I'll prove my innocence. I hope so. Now, I'm going to need your soda cannons. The evidence says both Humpty Dumpty's killer and the Queen were here. It looks like you're the guilty party. Princess, I swear, I didn't know I was involved in the kidnapping. I was tricked. I'm an average Joe who's just trying to make 2 ends meet in this big city. You might be telling the truth, but I can't just take you at your word. I'm going to do my best to save your parents and find the criminal. I give you my word. It's the only way to restore my good name. Diary entry. Search the warehouse. The beast claims to have delivered the goods here for Humpty Dumpty. Search the warehouse for a possible clue to the location of my parents. My mother was here. It looks like my mother was kept in here. The one who broke Humpty Dumpty hid the last piece here and took my mother. They probably took her to the airport, so we should check there. We also need to bring the piece of Humpty Dumpty to Dr. Frankenstein. When we can put Humpty Dumpty together again, he can disclose every secret. Dr. Frankenstein's clinic is nearby. I doubt those 5 angry monkeys will let us pass. I've never liked gangsters. They're the ones who inspired me to invent soda cannons. You're proving to be helpful. Just remember, you're still under suspicion. Dr. Frankenstein, we brought you the last piece of Humpty Dumpty. Can you fix him? Of course, my princess. A bit of Scotch tape and a little fantasy can bring any patient back to life. There you are. Humpty Dumpty is as good as new. Were you involved in the kidnapping of the king and queen, Humpty Dumpty? Come clean. Who gave you the order? Prince Charming offered me power and authority for kidnapping the royal couple. I was supposed to hide them in the Wild West. Prince Charming is behind everything? Why? The prince has long been engaged in the illegal trafficking of cheap, crappy soda. The king found out and canceled the wedding. That's why the prince had them kidnapped. He's a rascal. We need to get to the airport immediately. Perhaps he's still there. Diary entry. Scrambled eggs. With Humpty Dumpty, we learn that Prince Charming is engaged in the illegal trafficking of cheap, crappy soda. The king found out and canceled the wedding. So the prince ordered Humpty Dumpty to kidnap the royal couple to stop word from getting out about the cancellation. My wonderful friends, I'm glad to see you again. I'm sure you'll love my new car. It's a masterpiece of modern engineering. I'm no expert, but I think the engine is missing. You're right, my mightily antlered friend. But if you find the parts I need, I'll do a favor for you in return. We're on our way to the airport. We have important business there. The hand of fate brought us together. I'm the managing director of the airport. If you help me with my car, I'll help you with your investigation. Diary entry. Brown down car. My lovely car lacks just a few parts. If you help me, I'll let you search every nook and cranny of the airport. Working car. Unbelievable. Now my baby is 10 times more beautiful. Lampposts and mailbox, beware. Mr. Toad is on the road. As I promised, you have complete freedom to search the entire airport. I hope it helps your investigation. Thank you for your assistance. You've been a huge help. You're more than welcome. If you ever need help, your green friend will be ready. Diary entry. Search the airport. All suspicions now shift to Prince Charming, but he can't be charged without evidence. If he is involved in the kidnapping, we'll find the evidence here. Prince Charming. Humpty Dumpty must have told us the truth. The prince is part of the mafia. Mr. Charming has booked a flight to the Wild West that's taking off today. We need to check the runway. We can't lose him. Oh no, Prince Charming is taking off already. I think the Queen is his hostage. We can't let him get away. Hurry! Let's intercept him before he's gone too far. We're too late. Now we need an aircraft to continue our pursuit of the prince. Diary entry. He's flown away. The prince abducted my mother and flew away. We need to find an aircraft before Mr. Charming slips away. Fiddler Pig. Profession, pilot. Interests, loves cotton candy and chicken wings. When the big gray wolf blew the roof off his wood house, Fiddler Pig was fascinated by the aerodynamics. After that, he was determined to go to flight school. Thanks to the fact that it's impossible to die in a crash in the Magic Kingdom, he finished his training without any fractures and now flies the friendly skies in his pink biplane. Little Pig, is this your aircraft? We're in an urgent need of a pilot. We have to catch up with Prince Charming. This is your lucky day. The best pilot in the Adriatic is standing in front of you. I'll take you to any part of the kingdom, lickety-split. What are we waiting for? Let's go. We're waiting for fuel. Without it, even I can't take off and fly. Why is nothing ever ready to go in this kingdom? I'll be back as soon as I find fuel. Diary entry. Find fuel. I'll take you to any part of the kingdom in no time, but my aircraft needs fuel first. Otherwise, even my considerable skills won't get it off the ground. Ready to fly. Welcome aboard. Take your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We're taking off. Prince Charming's airplane crashed nearby. I guess he's not the best pilot. I hope he didn't hurt my mother. No one gets hurt in accidents in the Magic Kingdom. That's how my friend Launchpad McCroak and I were able to become pilots. That's good news. Let's inspect the crash site and find out where Prince Charming went. Apparently, Prince Charming managed to escape. Let's look around. He couldn't have gotten far. Diary entry. Wild West. Prince Charming landed in the desert and took the Queen in an unknown direction. It looks like we'll have to comb every inch of sand to find him. So, the agents of the law are finally here, when it's too late. Is this the best you can do to protect the citizens of this kingdom? I don't know what you're talking about. Calm down and tell me what happened. A gang of undersized graybeards emptied my bank of cash. They robbed me. An honest and altruistic banker. I demand that you punish the criminals and return my money, now. I'll get your money back. Just please stop shouting. Diary entry. Bank robbery. They robbed me, an honest and altruistic banker. A gang of undersized graybeards emptied my fine bank. I demand you punish the criminals and return my money, now. Return the stolen money. You returned my money, so I'll tear up the complaint I wrote about you. Moreover, I will thank you with all my heart. Thanks. My faithful friends, I'm glad to see you. I'd shake your hands, but as you can see, I'm a bit busy. Gangsters are robbing me. Mr. Toad, how did you end up here? I came for the healing waters. What waters? We're in the desert. I was misinformed. Might I suggest that you save me now, while there's still some cash in my pockets, and chat with me later? These lands are riddled with crime. I wouldn't be surprised if these gangsters are related to Prince Charming. We should try to find their hideout. There's a saloon nearby. If I were a gangster, that's where I'd hang out. Interesting idea. Let's check this place. Diary entry. Unlucky vacation. Mr. Toad went on vacation, but the place he chose to stay wasn't the safest. Fortunately, we saved him from the trespassers. All signs point to the gangster's hideout being nearby. Perhaps the entrance to the gangster's hideout is located in this saloon. I'll go in first. Cover me. I'm impressed. I didn't know such a delicate and charming girl could act so decisively. Did you say something? No, you're hearing things. Diary entry. Search the saloon. There are too many gangsters near that saloon. Perhaps that's where their hideout is. We'd better inspect it. I'm sure we'll find something important. Underground factory. It looks like Prince Charming is not only in charge of the mafia, but of the local gangsters as well. He controls all of the illegal trafficking in the kingdom. Why are there so many dwarfs in the desert? Don't they live underground? There's a gold rush. Their doctor prescribed sun and fresh air. But why have they all become gangsters? It's easy money. The gold is underground and their thirst for riches is greater than ever. So the shrimps drifted onto the crooked road of crime. Your powers of deduction are amazing. You could be a detective. Diary entry. Crime-ridden neighborhood. Bearded gangsters have overrun the Wild West. It must be an ideal climate for them. Are you working, Tom? Do you call this work? All I know is Tom Sawyer wants to load the train with barrels of soda. Guys, we should stop. I know what's going to happen. After we load the train, we'll use it as bait for the gangsters. What? I'd rather water my garden with the soda than give it to the gangsters. Don't worry, we'll be there and we won't let them steal your cargo. Pinky promise. Diary entry. Train departure. Do the likes of us get a chance to load trains every day? You have to fill the barrels with soda and then put them on the train. You can go. The train is loaded. We can go. I hope no gangsters or mad scientists with a time machine will attack us. Great. The gangsters took our bait and attacked the train. We should have no problem catching them now. I like your enthusiasm, but don't forget about the broken bridge. We'd better fix it too. I have a friend who can fix it. Am I right, Beast? You are my princess. The gangsters retreated in panic. They showed us clean pairs of heels. Wonderful! They'll surely lead us to Prince Charming. After them. Diary entry. Train robbery. Gangsters decided to rob the train. This is an excellent opportunity to pick up the trail of Prince Charming, their leader. But we must also protect the train from the encroachment of thievish dwarves. Oh, here comes Prince Charming. Let's catch him before he slips away again. He won't be able to escape on foot. Let's have a prince hunt. Sound the horn. Following these tracks, we'll catch the prince in no time. He won't escape from us this time. Diary entry. Following the prince. We picked up Prince Charming's trail. Now we need to catch up with him. There's my girl. I'm glad to see you. I need your help. I don't have time to help you. We're out to catch a criminal. Are you refusing to help a defenseless old-timer? You're breaking my fragile heart. Okay. I'll help you if your request is small. Very, very small. It's a trifle, my child. I need 3 cactus flowers for cooking a jar of jam. Diary entry, cactus jam. I need cactus flowers for my special jam. This rare species of cactus blossoms only during this time of year. A jar of jam. This magic jam gives you super strength, super speed, and a snow white smile. That's 3 benefits for the price of 1. We lost a lot of time helping the fairy godmother. I'm afraid Prince Charming has disappeared again. We can't give up. We have to widen our search. What about this mansion in the middle of the gangster's wasteland? Doesn't it look suspicious? It does. I wouldn't be surprised if Prince Charming built it himself. The Queen. Profession? The King's spouse. Interests? Loves to bake gingerbread men. When the evil witch cursed her daughter, the Queen didn't want to send her to the real world, but she had no choice. It was the only way to save Rose Riddle from a horrible curse. Although Rose grew up alone, the Queen cared for her in secret. But just before Rose returned to the Magic Kingdom, somebody kidnapped the Queen, as if to disrupt the family reunion. Mother, is that really you? Where's my father? My dear child, I knew you'd save me. Prince Charming brought me here and hid your father in the city. I don't know where, though. Let's not waste time then. We still need to catch the prince. Diary entry. The Queen has been found. Long live the Queen. Prince Charming slipped through our fingers, but we were able to find the Queen. I guess my father is hidden somewhere in the city. We need to track down the prince and question him. The prince has already reached the other side of the canyon. How can we catch him now? It looks like I arrived just in time. You can cross the canyon in a blink of an eye in my fancy aircraft. That sounds good, but if I'm reading you correctly, you're about to add a but to that statement. Am I right? You're very perceptive. The gangsters stole my wings, and I can't fly without them. We'll find you a pair of wings, lickety-split. Start the engine. Diary entry. Repair the aircraft. Gangsters have stolen the wings off my aircraft. We won't be able to catch up with Prince Charming without them. Ready for takeoff. Great. The wings are in place, my head is screwed on right, and I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Ready for takeoff. In our pursuit of Prince Charming, the Beast and I searched the entire Wild West. And we found him. Prince Charming had nowhere left to hide. But when we were finally about to arrest the villain, someone thwarted our plans again and turned Prince Charming into a fashionable sheep. Having lost another witness, we never learned who was behind kidnapping the king. The only thing we learned is that Prince Charming is just another small fry, or rather, a little sheepish. This case is getting more and more confusing. Humpty Dumpty and Prince Charming turned out to be mere pawns in someone else's schemes. I think the Grey Wolf is behind everything. I can feel it in my bones. He's the one who kidnapped the king and queen. We have no evidence of his involvement, but you're probably right. Why else would he have refused to help with the investigation? You should break up the gangsters before you start looking for suspects. They just called for backup. Diary entry. A wolf among us. We returned to the city to find my dad. If only we could find a clue. I guess we should look for the Grey Wolf. I am sure he's involved in the kidnapping of my parents. The Grey Wolf is nowhere to be found. Apparently, He was behind the kidnapping and has decided to hide. Perhaps Little Red Riding Hood can help us find him. It just so happens that I know where to find Red Riding Hood, but I cannot afford to just say where she is without getting something in return. What do you want for this information? The drivers had to bring letters for my sign, but it looks like they've fallen asleep. Help me to fix the sign, and I'll tell you where Red Riding Hood is. Amazing! Beautiful! My jazz club shines like new thanks to this sign. We have fulfilled our part of the deal. It's your turn now. Of course, my dear friends. Little Red Riding Hood works as a singer in my jazz club. She's performing now. Go there and see for yourself. Diary entry. Fix the sign. The drivers were bringing letters for my sign, but they must have fallen asleep. Fix the sign, and I'll tell you where Little Red Riding Hood is. Fixed sign. Little Red Riding Hood works as a singer in my jazz club. She's performing now. Go see for yourself. Little Red Riding Hood, where is the gray wolf hiding? Should I give you my grandmother's cake too? I don't know where the gray wolf is. Anyway, I don't have time to chat with you because it's time for me to appear on stage. Farewell. Yeah, we won't get anything useful out of her. I don't believe she's telling the truth. Can we search her dressing room while she's performing? We are on the same wavelength. Let's do it. Cops are chasing us. It's high time to peel off. Diary entry. Strange couple. While searching for the gray wolf, we went to see Little Red Riding Hood, a famous singer. I think these two are more than business partners. I can feel it in my bones. Isn't the gray wolf a wily one? He's already run off to the warehouses. Why is everyone so fond of running away? Why not surrender willingly? It boggles my mind. It's time for some bitter medicine. Gray wolf, you're under arrest. You're a stupid girl. You were wrapped around my finger. Don't try to outwit me, wolf. It won't work. I've already outwitted you. If you don't believe me, look in this warehouse. The truth will be evident. Go ahead, the doors are open. I will take a look. Meanwhile, you'll be sporting a shiny pair of new handcuffs. Diary entry. Dangerous couple. Little Red Riding Hood was covering for the gray wolf, which can only mean they know something about the kidnapping of my parents. So, who's behind the crime? Perhaps we'll know after we search Wolf and Red's warehouses. What do you think the gray wolf is looking for? What's inside these warehouses? I have no idea. I do know we need to carefully consider all of our options. Let's start the search then. It can't be true. From the beginning, the fairy was behind the kidnapping. Diary entry. Search the warehouse. Gray Wolf says I'll find something important in this warehouse. Is he trying to deceive me or help me? I guess all we can do is see. Mafia godmother. It can't be true. All of the evidence points to the fairy. We managed to catch the Gray Wolf and Little Red Riding Hood. We're not guilty, Little Red Riding Hood shouted at me. You'll find the evidence you need in the warehouse, confirmed the Gray Wolf. We searched the warehouse and found a ring belonging to the Mafia, witch costumes and magic wings, and a toolkit of magic wands and other unregistered weapons. Taken together, all of this could mean only one thing. The real culprit was the fairy godmother herself. Meddlesome nuisance! You might have disclosed my plans, but I'll still get what I want. Drop your magic wand, fairy, and put your hands up. You're under arrest. Oh, and return my dad. I won't give up that easily. If you want your beloved daddy, then catch me. The fairy disappeared. She won't escape from me. Step on the gas. Diary entry, Fairy. The fairy was behind the kidnapping of my parents. That means she broke Humpty Dumpty and turned Prince Charming into a lamb. She should know where my dad is. It's time for the fairy to try on a pair of handcuffs. Help! Gangsters want to set me on fire. I'm too young to be firewood. Hold on, Pinocchio. We'll arrest all the monkeys. Pinocchio, why did the gangsters grab you? Unfortunately, I witnessed the fairy witch hiding in a factory of soft drinks, so the gangsters decided to dispose of me. This is valuable information. Let's go there. Diary entry, Saved the tree. Gangsters were going to use Pinocchio for firewood, but the beast and I saved him. It turned out Pinocchio accidentally witnessed the fairy's retreat to the soft drink factory. Why is life unfair? I put a lot of effort into building these bridges, then the fairy turned them to dust with a swish of her wand. I'm so depressed, I'm going to eat until I burst. The fairy is burning all the bridges, so we can't catch up to her. I'm going to have to work hard to make up for lost time. Diary entry, Following the fairy. The fairy is burning all the bridges, so we can't catch up with her. I'll have to work hard to make up for lost time. The fairy godmother has barricaded herself in a soft drink factory. We'll have to fight our way in. I doubt we'll be able to clear this heap without a bomb. We'll need at least 3 sticks of dynamite. Where are we supposed to find dynamite? In the middle of the city. Don't forget that we're in the Magic Kingdom. Dynamite can be found nearly anywhere. You just need to look. Diary entry, Blowing up the barricade. The fairy godmother barricaded herself in a soft drink factory. We'll have to fight our way in. However, we can't remove the barricade without a bomb, so let's look around for dynamite. Let's blow it up. Great! Now it should be easy to destroy the barricade and enter the factory. I used to work at this factory. I'm sure we'll catch the fairy off guard if we use the service entrance. Whatever is waiting for us in there, thank you. I could not have done this without your help. Well, we need to hurry. Let's go. Let's go, my beast. Excellent. We managed to use the back door. Now we'll catch the fairy godmother by surprise. Diary entry, Behind enemy lines. I'm sure the fairy has set an ambush for us at the main entrance to the factory, so we'll attack from behind enemy lines and catch her off guard. Fairy, what's wrong with you? Why did you kidnap my parents? A long time ago, I lived in a gingerbread house and kidnapped stupid kids. But your darling daddy drove me out of the kingdom and turned my house into a fast food restaurant. So you're a veteran ne'er-do-well. Yes, my sweet. In the years since my banishment, I organized an extensive mafia network and came close to seizing control of the entire empire. But you have ruined everything. Your tale has been told. Surrender. Not so fast. First, I'll give your daddy a good and proper soda bath. Ha ha! The king. Profession? Democratically elected ruler of the kingdom. Interests? Cares about his nation's well-being. The king's greatest achievement was the construction of pump towers for the production of magic soda. In addition to quenching thirst, soda grants people magic power and supernatural speed. The king worked hard to make sure every citizen of his kingdom could afford to buy soda. But after the king was kidnapped, the mafia took over the pump towers. Father, I finally found you. My daughter, I'm glad we're finally together. I don't want to interfere, but don't get distracted. The fairy isn't behind bars yet. We're in for a hard fight. Diary entry. Rescuing the king. You've been unmasked. The fairy turned out to be the witch from the gingerbread house. Long ago, the king drove her out of the kingdom, but the witch, disguised as the fairy, wormed her way into the king's confidence. She then took charge of the criminal underworld and planned to seize power, but now she'll end up in jail. You deceived me, but you'll regret it. I'll do everything I can to make my curse come true and send you into an eternal sleep. Stop blowing hot air. Your cellmates, Humpty Dumpty and Prince Charming, are tired of waiting for you. It's time to try on your handcuffs. Diary entry. Arrest the fairy. The fairy has nowhere to run. Now all we have to do is make a large bottle of soda and finally catch and arrest her. The soda is ready. My parents are saved, and the fairy witch and her accomplices are behind bars. I can proudly say I've solved the most difficult case of my life. Hooray! Fairy godmother, aka the head of the mafia, aka the kidnapper of the royal couple, aka the evil witch, your plans have gone awry. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Why should I remain silent? The fairy witch replied. I have something to tell you. Avocado cadabro. Cold horror filled me. Could the terrible curse be true? Even a small prick could kill me. I looked at the faces of my parents and realized something irreparable was about to happen. But brute physical strength won the day. The beast broke the last spindle with one stroke. The curse will not come true. The kingdom is saved, and so this is the end, my dear friend.